Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here with everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for the next episode of Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, this being episode 4, and our club has the idea, right? They have what they want to do. Now it's just actually, getting it out there and giving their presentation. So we're gonna, see how they make this thing, come to life. So yeah, I'm excited for more, as always, with this show. Probably my favorite so far of this season, honestly. Not including, even including sequels, I would probably say it's my favorite so far because we have yet to really get into the stuff with Haikyuu and Railgun. I feel like so it could change, but I would say Eizouken has been my favorite. Honestly, man, it's just been a blast, and I think a big part in that is because I'm really into like learning more about animation, but also the cast is just really phenomenal so far, in three characters I can get behind. So yeah, I'm excited as always. Like I said, to get into more. We're starting it on episode 4 here. We're getting into it at the very beginning, 0 seconds, and we're gonna hop into it in 3, 2, 1. Play. Working hard, working hard. Yeah, like they have like one of the like things we saw in the previous episode towards the end with the girl like kind of running away from the tank explosions, the machete. Like, oh, it's like they have a good idea. They have a good idea. And like I was saying in the previous episode, I feel like this is where we're gonna start to see maybe some of like the roadblocks or them maybe face some trouble with making with creating this. She did. She picked up the machete. Like she said, this is what some of the animators do. Yeah, probably let's not have a real one. You can hear him like clicking too, going frame by frame. Different types of smoke explosions. Look how she has her legs. Oh, Kanamori means business. Sound effects and music is big, yeah, definitely. A month. A month. That's it. They're like, oh shit, like that means we gotta get working. They're gonna have to pull some all nighters or something. They're gonna have to 4 cuts done, and they have a month. Two typical cuts in there for. Jeez. Only when there's leeway to do so, right? Like, but when you have this amount of time, you gotta cut some corners. You gotta, you can't have everything necessarily how you want it. 30 all nighters in a row. Jeez. Kanamori like that because they're kind of cutting corners in a way. But they're still gonna try and make it to where it's presentable, right? Entertaining. Still, like you can get into it. But this is what you have to do, right? And this is something I talk about in a lot of my reactions, like when people give like studios shit, for poor animation. When you're given a certain schedule, like it's not necessarily the animator's fault, right? Because they're doing what they can in that amount of time, right? When you see like Attack on Titan, to my knowledge, has a really tight schedule, but there's some really talented animators that work on it, so they're able to kind of give us these crazy things even in a short amount of time. So so like when newer, less experienced animators, when they don't have that much time, it kind of shows in some shows, or maybe they're just compared to others, maybe there's certain animators that aren't necessarily as talented, right? So it's not just budget. Like budget is a big part of it, but time, scheduling, resources, the actual staff, the people working on it themselves is what's important, There's more factors there, but like there's a lot that goes into it, man. As we're seeing with this show. This show is kind of getting that across. Really good. Easy breezy. I keep seeing more and more and more people making the 3-part segments, like how there's Midori, Tsubame, and Kanamori in this with the OP. But people are doing like 3 of their favorite characters from certain shows or franchises and putting them in there. It's cool. Ah. 3 frames and then reuse it. They zoomed in. See, there's sometimes where it doesn't really, you necessarily can't really take advantage of it, but there are times when you can, like repeating, like with the wheels turning on the tank, like reusing that works out. But some certain things it doesn't. This is like cheating. They have to cut corners though, like somewhat, right? They have to meet the time. Tsubame's like all about like, man, she wants to animate everything. Like, she wants to like hand draw everything, take her time. Like, does add some spice to it. Imagine if all the backgrounds in every show were black and white. It's like that's why there's background teams. It looks good without a story. Like we gotta have a story, right? Like we have to have somewhat of a story. Whole thing. Midori's like, oh shit. The story, right? Like, yeah, it's these things are important. And then after that, we can make more things with more of a proper story. Is that where we're going with it? So like, there's certain things Tsubame wants to do that they can't necessarily do. There's certain things Midori wants to do that you know she can't do. This is just the realities of it, right? Can't get or do everything you want. Man, ouch. She's like, I'm gonna push through. That's a more traditional way, doing it all by hand, right? Yes. That's what I'm more about, doing it like the traditional way, like everything hand drawn. But time, the time that they have. She's right. There are people who will be able to tell. True. Yeah. So you were seeing some disagreements here. This is what I was talking about. They're gonna run into some little bit of trouble. Static picture story. Like, so you were seeing a bunch of disagreements. Like like certain things they want to do that they're just with the time they have, they're not able to do. Some, some friction there between the three of them. She back. Damn. She is pissed. You see how she's slamming down. I don't know if that's actually how you have to do it, or she just pissed, but frustrated. There you go. Yeah, we reach common ground here. I like that. I like that. Dude, I cannot wait to see this the whole thing when it's done. Reference? What are you two doing? They're staying up all night, aren't they? Yeah, literally. Like they're pulling all nighters. Surprised the school lets them do this. You know? I was pretending to be a pro. New game. We don't do. Yeah, that reminds me of new game a bit. You know them like making the game, sleeping under the desk and whatnot, sleeping on the floor, underwear, in their underwear only. Like even with cutting out the story or not really focusing on the story, they've had to pull these all nighters. Like man, Yeah. I was like, man, morning already? Oh, so they haven't pulled any all nighters yet. That's what it seemed like to me, but they're about to. They're about to though. They've been spending a lot of time here, regardless. Either way. What the heck? Double carbs. Oh my gosh. Damn. It is intense. They got like security. They got like riled up students, crowd. Oh, that that those reports. That's what they're gonna start them off with. Uh oh. Oh man, that too. Yikes. It's not a problem. Just let you guys see their presentation, right? That's what we're here for, right? It should be about the presentation. Does that one guy have an RPG or like a rocket launcher? Midori. Midori's speaking up. Yo, just let him see the presentation. Right. It took blood, sweat, and tears. Right? Don't run yet until you've tasted it, until you saw it. You gotta let them present it. Like they changed their attitude a little bit. Oh, too late to go back now. Hold that machete tight. Oh, here we go. We get to see what they created. The finished product. Yo, I love that shot. Okay. Yeah, that was the one I was waiting for. I wanted to see how that was. They're like, oh shit, like, am I actually here? Is this one of those rides? that they have in like the arcades and stuff where you're like on the roller coasters? They're all literally blown away, like literally. So you can kind of tell where they put more focus on with some of the shots and where necessarily there wasn't so much, focus being. Oh, I like this pan. I like that character animation though. Hey, nice. Woo! Damn. There's the grapple. It's like it's really happening. It's like it's real life for real. Woo. See what I mean? Though some of the cuts you could tell, like or some of the some of the shots, they just ran over the student council. You can tell though, like which ones are more focused on, which they put more effort in or more work into, or which shots they were able to put more time into. Compared to some other ones. Nice effects there. Hey, that was. If I saw that in school at a presentation, I would be, I would be blown away, just like they all are right now. They were actually working on something. He wasn't lying. And they're not even like really paying attention to the crowd's reaction. They're saying how they can improve it or work on it more without a budget or anything. If they get funds, imagine. Whew. They're going through the positives and the negatives of what they just created, how they can improve it, what they can do next time. A they have to get approved, right? For funding? Approved. Yes. Yes, let's go. You had to approve them. I mean, even the student council's reaction, but the crowd's reaction, like I said, if I saw that in school at a presentation, I would be blown away, man. Like, and they were. But even then, it's not like the whole thing was perfect. They did, you know, what they could in the time that was given to them, and you could tell, which certain things they spent a little more time on. Um, which things they kind of had to cut corners with. But overall, for just a few minute project here from three high school students creating something like this, no budget, kind of the odds against them almost, like, right? Where they're working at, the environment, like, they made it happen. And now that they're going to have funding, they're going to be able to probably improve the work environment. There's only gonna the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit for them. Like they're just getting started. I love that Kanamori kind of going at it with the student council. You know, even the teachers kind of a bit there. They were like, "Hell no, we're not messing with that. Like we don't want any of that." But Midori speaking up though is what really was like, "Yo," you know, like that was great. I, you could just tell Midori was like trying to contain himself or herself. Midori was trying to contain herself, and then finally it just kind of all came out. Like, I like that illustration too, man. That's awesome. So yeah, probably the best episode yet. Probably the best episode yet, in my opinion, because simply seeing, you know, their final product, their first product, you know, finished and presented to everyone. I feel like, you know, just seeing all their hard work coming out that way and impressing everyone, blowing everyone away, is just it has to be a really good feeling for them, obviously, for you know, for us the viewer, for the students, for everyone, you know. But even then, like while that whole thing was going on, when it was over, they're talking about how they can make improvements to it or what could have been done better. Or, like they were just questioning certain things or talking about things they could add or take out and assessing it. Like that's awesome. That's awesome, man. I love this episode. I love this episode a lot. Like I said, probably my favorite one so far. So, yeah, like I said though, the sky is only the limit with them. Now that they're gonna have funding, I cannot wait to see what else they create. I cannot wait. So, yeah, another thing that I did like, I forgot to mention, and I was kind of talking about it before with this episode, we kind of see some of the roadblocks or some of the, you know, things that are there for animators. You know, if they really, when they really want to do something, they want to go about something a certain way. You're not necessarily able, you know, to have that all the time, right? You're not necessarily able to have that freedom. Certain people are, you know, in certain situations you are able to have that freedom, but in certain cases you're not able to. So we kind of saw that, like Midori wanted to have the story, you know, Tsubame wanted to hand draw everything. This just wasn't possible with their circumstances, right? So they were able to do, you know, we saw what they were able to do in the time that they were given. You know, cutting some corners, not necessarily doing everything that they wanted to do, but with more funding, with better scheduling, we're going to see them be able to probably incorporate more of those things, right, that they want to do going forward. So, great stuff, man. Great stuff. I loved this episode, and I'm loving this series. You guys already know so far. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this one. If you guys did enjoy my reaction to this episode of Eizouken, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.